Whoa, 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 we are back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and this time we're going to be taking a look at Rangiku, and we will not be going into like every single thing her kit does and every single piece of data point or whatever, but we will look at her stats quickly. I have 19,866. I did record this video once already, but I decided to pull it and re-record it. We're going to use the same content, which is going to go up against Yammy, Llargo, and see how we do, but Boundary 1, we have every time Ash Blade hits an enemy, Rangiku gains 2.5 ultimate energy, which you will be doing a lot. And Boundary 2, this is the big one. Heineko's assist grants teammates extra ailment damage bonus equal to 30% of Rangiku's ailment damage bonus. This is why we have gone with the ailment stamp, actually, giving her 32% technique damage, which is her primary use, right? Which is, you know, using her technique. And we have 232% ailment damage bonus, which is something like 60%. 30% of 232 is something like 60% or something like that, right? Like, let's do a quick check. Yeah, 69-ish percent, so 70%, which is a pretty high number, I would personally say. So she will be giving Geen 70% more ailment damage bonus, which is nothing to sneeze at if you guys are keeping track of the numbers here. But yeah, let's not stall any longer. Let's just get into the content. That is our Rangiku. We did not really have her on anything else. It doesn't really matter. I think going in, using Rangiku's technique, and then swapping her out, because you can use the technique with her weapon and core stamp and swap, and so long as you held it down for like 0.2 seconds, she will continue to channel it, which is very, very strong. So again, a selfless support who does not need a lot of time on field is exceptionally welcome in this game. I'm going to keep harping on it because new people join every day, and I'm told a lot what makes a character strong, what is something to look out for when it comes to rating these characters. Time on field. One thing we might be seeing with Kenpachi is that he actually spends quite a bit of time on field. And who knows, maybe that will, in the end up balancing him. I'm going to be pulling for him either way because he is my most wanted character. But if you're someone looking at Kenpachi, maybe his time on field ends up being a reason that you don't want him. So that is very much an interesting detail. Characters like Geen, characters like Rangiku, characters like Urahara, these are some of the strongest characters in the game, I think. And I would put Rangiku up there because they do not spend a lot of time hogging up animation space. So let me queue into a team with Yammy, Llargo. I won't be using guild or anything. We're just gonna raw go in there with whoever we find and see how we do. And here we are. We've got our team selected. We got a bunch of people using Geen, so that should be pretty cool. I don't know if they're using the same team as me. I didn't really check, but let's see how we do. If I get hit, hey, it's not on me. Hey, give me some leniency if I get hit, okay? If I get hit, give me some leniency. So we're just gonna charge this. We go in here and look at it, stays on field. Boom, right there. I did make a mistake immediately, by the way, by using his technique. So, again, I'm tired, guys. Don't kill me, all right? Don't kill me. I'm tired. We go here. And you can see that Geen is going to just be mopping up. 2 seconds here. Oops, I didn't even see him flash. Okay. Bop here. She activates Geen's abilities just endlessly. Endlessly she activates Geen's abilities. It is actually insane how much the character just like procs all of Geen's attacks. It is, I'm actually kind of surprised, just because I thought that I thought that it would be a little, I don't know, a little harder to get like the value out of this character just because she is an SR, but no, she seems to just do everything for Geen. It is kind of crazy. Here we are again. And we're actually going to swatch back in. Like, it is an endless cycle. It is an endless cycle, is it not? Like, what a girl. What a girl. And we've already got our technique back up again. Like, it is so nuts, man. Yep, there we go. Dodge around here. Oh, I messed up there. I meant to swap, if you were wondering. We had a good run going. But we messed up. That's so sad. Dodge there. Go out. That is so sad. We had such a good run going. We seem to have someone who is pretty stacked. They might have like a little bit of a whale account because they are pumping on our team. So we're gonna get a pretty good rating here. I think. Our third person seems to just be a someone trying their best, and you know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate someone trying their best, man. Here we go. Go into this. Swap out. Place this down. Again, swap out. We go here. Oh, he got caught. That's crazy. Go into our ultimate with Geen. Geen is starting to hit some pretty respectable big numbers, by the way, on his ult. 1.3 million for this character. Like, again, I have him on a predominantly, like, ailment damage focused build. He is not racking up a bunch of, like, random stats other than that, so that's pretty good. We're going to stall here for a little bit. We're going to go into Rangiku. Just continue to cycle. Like crazy, man. It's crazy. I can't believe how good they made Rangiku. Like, it's not that like other characters, by the way, don't proc Geen a lot, but I feel like her technique just cycles his abilities over and over. Maybe there's math out there that I don't know that, like, you know, people have calculated that actually this character procs Geen's abilities the most, but it feels like I am literally using my technique just constantly with her. So I genuinely, I have no idea. Like, it feels absolutely insane. He's probably gonna get here, so it's fine. Let's see if we can ding it down anymore. We probably shouldn't have done this just because he's obviously gonna get it, but I'm curious if we could maybe break him. Pretty close, but no. In the end, no. We'll go here. Oh, that was wasted because we actually got our 3 techniques back. This is also wasted. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it is kind of sad. So we're gonna go through a little bit of a flurry here, and then we're gonna go into Rangiku again, and we're making pretty good time. This is pretty good time, I'd say. I think this run is going slightly better than our previous run, though. I still feel a little embarrassed for missing some of my abilities. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a perfectionist deep down. So 5.1 million is pretty high. We got outclassed by Sasuke, the real Sasuke from Naruto. Let's just take a look here. 2.2 million from Rangiku's, like, her Ash Blade, which is the thing she is putting on characters. So we can actually look here. And otherwise, we have 400,000 and 412,000. Remember, there's a character who has 19,000 power, and she gave Geen essentially 2 million bonus damage over the course of the run. Geen himself doing 23 million, as well as his technique doing 12 million. So definitely not bad, right? Like, this is a character who pumps. And again, yeah, I didn't even think about this. She actually gave another 2 million to Kaname Tosen. So in total, she gave out about 4.5 million damage, not counting the actual, like, boost to Geen's and, like, ailment damage, which she was giving 70% boost to him. So not bad, I'd say. Like, that's a pretty good character, I think. That's a pretty good character. Let's see how we did. We can compare. We can see if we cooked up. I think that run probably could have been better if I used Aizen, maybe. I don't know. But team ranking. Oh, wait. It's going to take a minute to process. So I'll be right back with the actual scores. Okay, so here we are. We're back with the scores. We can see my team did a total of 187 million damage. I did a total of 51,714,000 damage. We can go in the rankings here. See how we did. 5.9%. Not too shabby, considering we had what seemed to be one whale, maybe one low spender, almost pretty close to the top 200%. Actually, if I don't want to put this on the last guy because this is no shade or anything, but it seems like if we had a slightly stronger third, maybe we could have actually cracked the top 100 there. That's pretty impressive for a you know, fairly just, you know, random people linking up. So solo, hey man, solo, we hit a top 33. We can see ourselves right there, 51 million damage in total, surrounded by mostly LR, or like SSRs rather, I should say, SSR characters. So not too shabby. We have some people using Rangiku here, and we can even look at them and see that. Let's see. We have an ultimate, or Urahara rather, ultimate refresh rate set here. What about this one? Another Urahara set here. Anyone else using Gein's set, I wonder? Doesn't look to be it. So that doesn't surprise me, by the way. If there's one thing I'd say, if you're wondering like why are you giving her Gein's old gear, the reason is pretty simple. It's I'm free to play and I don't have just an endless amount of resources. You know, I'm like you guys, I don't have an endless amount of resources to just like dump into gear at all times, right? I probably do have enough Urahara gear. I could probably give her something like this. I could probably give her something like this, but I'd rather have ultimate recharge rate. But you know, this looks pretty good. This is a pretty good piece. I could probably give her something in here as well. Who knows if I even have anything locked that is particularly good. Doesn't look like it. But all this to say is I could do all of those things, but then I'd be spending more of my not this currency, but I'd be spending more of my gold, which at the time of gearing her, I literally had 200,000 gold. And then I'd be spending more of my stamp materials. And at the time of gearing her, I probably had, I don't know, 50 stamp materials left. Like, I was completely out of the ectoplasm. So we are not here to just like, we do not have endless stamina. We do not have endless stamina nourishers, mind you, either. So it just did not seem worth it. We have 2 left. It didn't seem worth it. We still got to get Kenpachi in a few days. I'm not here to, you know, perfect my supports. My supports will work without any more, you know, coaxing, right? She's just fine. I promise you. She is just fine. She is very strong. She does her job very well. And most importantly, and this is a big thing. So why raise Rangiku? The reason we raise Rangiku is so that we can place well in these other modes. So if you see here, we have a thrust team comprised of Gein, Tosin, and Rangiku. In total, we scored 31,000, which I think is pretty respectable for this mode, which is a pretty like whale-centric mode, right? Like this is a pretty staggering mode. We're not that far off either. 3,000, right? The next one allowed us then to use Urahara and Aizen for Byakuya's Frenzy Feast. Because we're able to use Urahara and Aizen in this mode, we were able to score top 100 in the sort of off color, you know, Byakuya fight. So top 100 in this other ranking because we don't have to use, you know, Urahara or Aizen for my Yuri. That's a success to me. You could argue that maybe I should have gone all out in this one, and, you know, maybe. But what I'd say is I'm close to breaking top 100, I think, in total score, maybe. Like, let's see here. 78,000 as a free-to-play. Like, I'm at 55,000, and this is without doing any Ikaku at all. I have no Ikaku points. I'm missing 24,000 points. 25,000 nearly points. Right? I'm missing 25,000 points nearly. If I had 25,000 because I was able to do Ikaku, so like let's say right now Kenpachi's out and I'm able to do this Ikaku fight, I'd be top 80 on my server with completely free to play account in like the whale meta, like the whale like leaderboard, right? So that should tell you that Rangiku is doing her job just fine. I think she's a great release. I think that they knew exactly what to make her. I think she's also flexible in what you can give her. I don't think you need a lot to gear her. So that is super fun too. But yeah, hope that was illuminating. Rangiku, the woman that you are. Also, hey, for the people that it matters to, she didn't end up being censored. Please don't overreact when it comes to them showing a character and censoring her. This is a Chinese company. They're going to have to censor her in the ads. I said this before. I really don't care either way. It's just not my focus. But for those of you that it matters to, you do have to remember that they're going to censor the ads. They're releasing this in China, right? But she ended up not being in game. So, you know, if that matters to you a lot, then there you go. Yeah, Rangiku. Last look at my stats, just real quick. I would like the attack to be higher, but again, I'm not gonna put more effort into her when she's already fine. Ultimate recharge rate could be a little higher, and ailment damage bonus arguably is a little too high, so I could definitely lower that. But I'm just, if here's how I think of it. Her core stamp gives her ailment damage bonus, so it's got to be useful. I have to imagine so, right? It has to be useful. I do think her value will go up as well as we get more ailment characters, because she flatly gives ailment damage bonus like Urahara gives crit damage on his actual ultimate. It's his ultimate right here. So I do think that she will end up being a character who ages very well. And if this is the way they're going with the Rangiku characters from here on out, because this is not the only Rangiku we're ever going to get. We're going to at some point get an SSR Rangiku. And if this is the philosophy they're going to build Rangiku characters with, I think we're going to get a lot of strong Rangikus in the future. So, yeah. With all that being said, though, I've been Lone. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it, and peace.